Insomniac Games blew everybody away back in 2018. Their vision of Spider-Man, and the game wasn't perfect, but it made a strong argument for being the best open world game based on the web crawler. It did. If you were somehow able to remove that weird stealth section kind of deal of the campaign, it could have been better than classic Spider-Man 2 from 2004. I'll let you guys decide. Welcome to Video Game Leaks, everybody. Chaos here. We have a ton of information to talk about with Spider-Man 2. Not only stuff from the past, but stuff that has leaked in the recent past week. So stick around. Make sure you stick around for the whole video. Drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed. And Insomniac, they have the formula. We're going to go over everything. The new leaks that came around about the multiplayer, about the PvPvE mode, launch date, the whole 9 yards. Spider-Man 2 was first announced in September of 2021. We got that cinematic trailer, showed off a lot about the details of the game's concept. Both Peter and Miles we know are confirmed, and likely both are going to be playable. It would be weird if they didn't, given how the first game's campaign ended. We also got multiple villains confirmed. Venom, Kraven the Hunter. People are saying that Green Goblin will play a role in the story, because if you played the original game, he had a big presence in the stealth missions. Alongside the cinematic reveal trailer was also a trailer for the upcoming Wolverine game, which is believed to have something to do with Insomniac's universe. Yeah, Insomniac's Marvel universe. What if they all tie in together? So in late 2022, it was confirmed that Insomniac and Sony were planning on releasing Spider-Man 2 fall of 2023, which lines up with how the first game came out. It was fall of 2018. This would also mean we get a 5-year gap between the two games, which is a long time. It is. It's a long time in a franchise between installments, but then again, the modern gaming industry has been waiting forever for everything anyway. Look at Rockstar. We wait 7 to 8 years, but the key is the games are amazing. Now, in the first week of February, we got another teaser from Tony Todd, who is the voice actor for Venom in Spider-Man 2. He tweeted out hashtags everywhere: Venom rules, Spider-Man 2, beware, say my name, and maybe this is too big of a reach, but I think this sets up for the dark tone of the character, which I'm ready for. In the comics, Venom was a very scary character. He liked to torment his victims, Peter especially. If this tweet was meant to reflect that at all, I'm hyped. I'm hoping Insomniac goes with this version of Venom, not the goofy Venom. He's fun, but I'm ready for the darker, more old-school version of the character. Now, at the end of January, the release window is once again confirmed to be fall of 2023, but this time through a leaked advertisement that we should officially be seeing around the internet in the next few weeks. This clip, it got an accidental early airing, showing off live-action clips of Peter and Miles swinging around the city, and then a pop-up confirms the release window, and then it says PS5 consoles are ready and in stock for purchase. Clips of the promo circulated the internet before Sony did their best to vacuum them off the web, which they didn't do, and we know it's almost time for them to kick off the campaign. Now, one thing that is believed to be coming to the new game actually came from the previous game's PC port. Spider-Man Remaster was ported to the PC in fall of 2022, and gamers got to dig into the game files, and guess what they found? Hidden in the game files are assets for an unfinished multiplayer mode where one player controls Peter, one controls Miles. Now, it was unclear just how the mode would play out, but everybody thinks it would be some kind of PvPvE mode where the two players were competing with each other while beating hordes of enemies and trying to beat each other's score. You have this competition to see who's the best but achieve a common goal. The player in the lead would be given the title of Superior Spider-Man. Now, none of this was in the final game, but it didn't take very long for people to theorize about the multiplayer mode, and their theories make sense. What if it was a testing ground for Spider-Man 2? Think about it. Why would there be a multiplayer mode starring Peter and Miles in a game where Miles isn't even playable? Yes, you play as Miles out of costume for a couple sections of the campaign, but he doesn't even get his full powers till the very end of the game, and players don't actually get to use superpowered Miles until you play Miles Morales Spider-Man, right? So why would there be a multiplayer mode starring him and Peter in Remastered? I mean, honestly, it's not uncommon for game developers to use games as testing grounds for concepts for later projects. I think that's exactly what they did. They liked the idea of the multiplayer mode. They knew Peter and Miles were going to be together in part 2, so they tested it. They put custom matches in to get a rough idea of how the multiplayer mode would play out in the sequel. There's not a lot of multiplayer assets left in the game, but there's more than enough to confirm at one point during development, and given the fact that Spider-Man 2 is starring both Spider-Man, I think we're going to have a PvPvE multiplayer mode. Now, on top of this, Peter and Miles, the cinematic trailer, it confirmed some kind of tag team combat system that kind of reminded me of Batman Arkham Knight. Now, Insomniac Spider-Man already took creative liberties with the Arkham formula, which is awesome. The counter-based combat, the stealth arenas. For those that don't know, Batman Arkham Knight actually had some very large combat arenas where Batman and one of his allies would be fighting a whole slew of enemies, and then there was tag team mechanics and fancy takedowns that the heroes could do together. There was even a couple shots in the Spider-Man 2 trailer that show Peter and Miles working together to take an enemy down, and this trailer obviously didn't have gameplay, but I think Insomniac put those segments in there for a reason. What if Spider-Man 2 has big group fights where you shift control from Peter to Miles and then occasionally do a tag team takedown move? I mean, I think it'd be awesome. They're going to be sharing the spotlight in the game, and I'd imagine that the idea of doing some kind of tag team system has crossed Insomniac's mind at least during development. It's not confirmed, but I'm going to guess yes. Now, one thing that has been rather unclear, at least up until this point, is how much of a connection, if any, Spider-Man 2 is going to have with the Sony's animated Spider-Verse. Sony found great success with the PlayStation Spider-Man franchise. They also received critical acclaim for the Into the Spider-Verse movie, but surprisingly, during a trailer for the upcoming Across the Spider-Verse, we know they're connected. Peter Parker from Insomniac's universe made a brief appearance in the trailer for Across the Spider-Verse, meaning there's at least some connection between Insomniac and Sony. And since the upcoming movie is also expected to link up in the MCU in some form or fashion, I mean, Insomniac Spider-Man could be connected to the MCU. That's what I'm saying. May sound arbitrary, may sound pointless, but if you think about how determined Sony has been to kind of be in the MCU's mix, it wouldn't shock me at all if they tried to promote Insomniac Marvel's universe as part of the MCU in some future marketing material. I mean, this is the same Sony that showed the MCU's version of the Vulture in Morbius. Despite the, I mean, I don't know why. I know why. It just didn't work out. The point is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing for the universes to be connected. Just don't be shocked at all if Across the Spider-Verse comes out, and then all of a sudden Sony tries to act like PlayStation is now where all the MCU games reside. I mean, what do you guys think? Are you ready for Spider-Man 2? Are you buying it day of, or are you going to look for reviews and see how it is? I'm telling you right now, if there's a no-brainer game other than God of War Ragnarok, this one is it. This is one you buy and you don't have any worries at all. Let us know what you think down in the comment section. If we get any new news or leaks or updates, we will be sure to cover them here on VGL. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.